All right, it's a rundown. It is April 23rd. It's presented by NASCAR. So we are about to head to Talladega. Very excited. So join us for the Geico 500 at Talladega Superspeedway this Sunday, April 28th. We're heading down Friday. A lot of people are like, are you guys doing the boardwalk thing, the parade? We're doing all of it. We are doing all of it. I think, Kate, are you actually wrestling? No. You are. Kate is wrestling in the Jell-O / barbecue sauce wrestling.
Who is like your opponent?
I don't know, but I have a feeling, knowing my luck, she's going to be big. She's going to be a big
So
lady.
that's going to be something to look forward to.
You're
I'll be
wild,
cheering
Kate.
my ass off for you. That's supposed to be the craziest part. It's the big one on the boulevard. So get your Barstool ticket package, which includes weekend access at the infield, ticket to the race, happy hour with Barstool before the race, Barstool merchandise. Get it all at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com/Barstool. If you can't make it, tune in Sunday at 2 p.m. on Fox. Put this in tickler file. I also think our guy, Brandon Walker, will be watching with Mush in Mississippi, live betting the end of the race. So there's a lot of crazy shit going on. I'm very excited. I said I wanted to go
What a combo.
after I went to Daytona. All right, so welcome. You and I, we were just going back and forth. I haven't said much to you since you've been here because I've been in and out. But Brandon, about the gambling thing right off the bat, like you're hot, but it doesn't matter once everyone lost all their money, you get hot. That does nobody any good. That's common sense. To the point.
What was the streak before? So he's 15 of his last
was
19.
so bad when
but
he
what
started.
was like before?
I went 0-3 my first day. I went 2-6 my first 2 days, but after that we're 25-11.
Yeah.
Not I mean that's a good streak.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know. I feel
So
like
you had
you're
like a
far
bad
worse
2
than.
days.
I feel like it's far worse than 2 and 6.
But you can't quit when you lose money. You got to keep
When you
going.
have no more money,
Well, that's not your case.
oh, you don't know my case. I don't know what.
Somehow
your
it's his
is.
case.
We're gonna teach you real fast. Is that a Brandon Walker like
No, I'm just
custom
saying.
T-shirt? What is that shirt you're wearing?
The
What is
Sandlot?
that shirt?
It's a Sandlot. I
It's a
know
Sandlot.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the
He's
same
got
one.
enormous feet.
I do have big
Those
feet.
are fucking huge feet.
Where'd you get that shirt?
I got it on a website. I can't give them free advertising, right?
You know.
Yeah. Well, you're wearing it.
Okay, yeah. Do you want me to go put a Barstool shirt on?
I just noticed it looked like that. Maybe it was a Brandon Walker Incorporated shirt. To the subjects.
Let's go. To the
Damian
subjects we
Lillard,
go.
that shot. Here's my thing on this, and I like Portland. Whatever. I shouldn't say I like Portland. I have no like dog in this fight. I don't care about either of them.
Damian Lillard's pretty
particularly.
fucking awesome though.
I can't tell because I've been running around watching the Bruins, and we'll get to that, and on planes and trains, and then everything. I know Paul George said it was a bad shot, and people are like, oh, it was a horrible shot.
I don't mind it in the circumstances though. When you put up that many points. And
That's
you're
a horrible
tied.
shot. That's a horrible
It's not
shot.
a great shot.
It's
but-
one of the
but-
most arrogant
Yeah.
game-winning shots I've ever seen. He had time to get closer. He decided, I'm good from 40 feet. I'm
But
gonna
are
shoot it."
people
How do
are
you-
making fun of Paul George for saying that was a bad shot? That was a bad shot.
Yeah,
That's a horrible
but you
shot.
also can't say that as
No, you
if
can't.
If
That's
it
a bad
goes
shot.
in, no, that you sound like an idiot. Like it might be, yes, technically correct, but the dude just put up like 50 on you.
You don't know
bangs
basketball
the
if
shot
you-
from
if
like
you don't think
40.
that's a bad
I
shot.
agree
Bad
that it's.
You agree that's a
technically-
bad
It's a bad shot.
It's technically not a good shot, but as the guy who just lost and got that shot fucking hit in his face, you just sound like an idiot saying.
No, I would say the same exact thing.
Damian Lillard took 54 of those in the season. He had 20 of them, which is 37%. League average from 3 is 35%.
Yeah, it's
he took
not-
5 of them in the series. He was 5 for 5 on them.
Holy.
But
No,
you're,
but
but you're talking about in
like
you're,
the NBA these days, like a 35-footer is not that fucking crazy of a shot.
you're talking about in the game, though. I mean, we're talking about 5 seconds left in the game, and you're just going to stand there from 40 feet and just chuck it up.
I understand it's not they didn't draw up a great play, but he had 47 points, did he not? That was his 50th point.
That's right.
Listen,
I mean, like,
there's
if-
not
if-
one
if
person.
If Steph Curry does that, were you saying the same thing? Like these are
Yeah,
shots.
there's
These are
no
shots that
there's no
people take
human
in
on the
NBA.
planet where I would be like, that's a good shot.
Again, I
here's
get
the-
what you're saying, but the way some of these guys perform now, when you're that hot, the score is tied, it's kind of a free play, and you're feeling it.
What do you
and
mean it's a free play?
in the sense that you're tied, like either way, you're going overtime.
Well, that's not really a free play. You can end the series or not. Let me ask you this. If you do it over again, I'd roll the ball out and be like, despite what Coley just said, which I don't have a computer in front of me, so I can't check his stats. He shot that exact shot from that exact thing 5 times in a row. I don't care what you're about to say,
He's probably
Coley.
going to make it 37% of the time.
30 footers in the series. And on the season, he shot 54 of them.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm giving him.
But either way, you sound like it's just like when you lost the series, you got run off the floor the whole series, by the way. It didn't come down to this one shot. to be like, well, technically that's an ill-advised shot. It's like,
Well,
shut
it's
up,
like,
dude.
no shit, I wasn't gonna get up in his face.
If I was a Thunder fan, I'd be like, fuck.
Oh no,
fuck up, dude.
I have. Like, I'm gonna give you that all day long. It's like a fucking 3/4 shot. Like, that's the shot you're gonna take with plenty of time. Take it every time.
I think in the new NBA, you almost have to guard that as if it's a regular 3.
Fuck that.
I don't understand Lillard. I mean, Lillard can get to the basket whenever he wants, but he hits it over Westbrook, and he's basically turned into Westbrook. What Westbrook pretends to me, that's what Damian Lillard is now.
Well,
I mean,
Lillard's
he's
a 1,000 times better
cold
shooter
killer.
than.
So maybe he can do these things. Like when you see.
Well, let me put it this way: if that didn't go in,
yes, it would be agreed. But
but
when
that's but so
I
I
understand,
understand,
so, like,
but
the
that's
technical-
basketball. You could throw. He could have pulled up from half court. If it went in, it's like, oh, good shot. No, it's a
if you
stupid
pull
shot.
up from half court on more than just like random occasions, like a heave shot 50 times in the season, 5 times in the series, you took that shot 5 times in 4 games or 5 games. It's not
stupid shot. It went in, good shot. He made it. But I have no problem Paul George being like, what do you want me to do? That's a bad shot.
Yeah, I mean, how did he phrase that? Did he say something along the lines of like,
It was a
what do you
bad
want me to
shot.
do? Or are you picking apart the fact that it's not, like a high percentage
Well, I think
shot?
he's like, I think I just heard it's a bad shot. I think it was in the context of like,
me-
why would you want me to be up in his face right there?
Yeah, I mean, I would rather hear someone say, when you lose like that, you got to be like, you know what, I just got to play better defense. Just give me the regular
but
sound
that's
bite.
not that. All right, that's it. I do not think you have to play better defense on that. I thought, well, what are you going to get up in his face? Then he's going to just go by you and get like that shot. If someone's going to pull up from there, then it's like, all right, fucking hit it.
Yeah, but when it's a guy that can, that's why Damian Lillard's really fucking hard to play against.
Brandon Walker.
It was a good shot. It was a bad shot, too.
Well said.
There you go. That's kind of it.
Bruins Leafs game 7. I was there. Under the radar, hockey's, not the most popular of the big 4 sports, but what the Bruins are doing to the Maple Leafs in that city, and like it is, I think I saw no team has ever been eliminated in the game 7 by the same franchise 2 years in a row. Oof. I mean, Toronto is a miserable franchise. Good hockey fans, but God, for a team that cares that much about the sport to be that inept, that horrible. It's tough to. Well, I'm on the winning side, so it's good. But like Danielle over there and the people who root for this Leafs team,
It's tough for the sport,
It's grown men against little boys. That's what it looked like to me.
I will say honestly though, they won 5-1. The goaltender for Anderson, I mean, he just pooped himself. Because the Leafs were kind of bringing the action to him for a while, but if you can't stop the puck, you put pucks on net. It's what I always say. So Bruins will move on. And
Now they're the odds-on favorite.
Is that what they came out? Yeah. So we have because they advanced.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. We talked about this a couple rundowns ago. Fights just told me that they're the odds-on.
So we have the Barstool team still very much in it. Bruins. We have the Caps game 7 tonight. Obviously, the Islanders advanced.
Islanders
and
have
the
been
St.
hanging
Louis.
out.
Yeah, big time. And then the other game that was all in the news: Sharks, Golden Knights, and this penalty. That was a 5-minute major for all you hockey novices. Shout out Bill Simmons. By the way, Bill Simmons with a tweet.
What did he say?
Bill Simmons, like, what a sport. What a content week this week for sites like ours. We had the NBA playoffs. We had the Avengers. I think he had, Thrones. We have NBA. And he maybe said one other. Oh, NFL draft. No mention of hockey. None.
I mean,
and this is
he's
a guy.
not a hockey guy like you.
Well, this is a guy who
was a hockey
pretends
guy.
to be a hockey guy. He actually went to the Stanley Cup Finals and wrote a long thing on how glorious it is to be a Bruins fan. Conveniently forgot all these Game 7s. Weird by Simmons. But the debate on this, so the 5-minute major, and then San Jose scores 4 goals. Again, the rules in a 5-minute major is you're out regardless if they score. So they scored 4 times. Horrible penalty. Horrible.
It's a horrible penalty, but
I saw your eye twitch.
eye twitched.
That's your first tell here at Barstool, Brandon. I saw your eye just twitch like you had
Well, like
something
in
to say.
disagreement? Like,
No, it was
you
like,
crazy?
and then I
No,
went
I'm
to him.
sorry. Well, that's a pre-existing condition. I'm sorry, but that game made me twitch because I was on the Knights. I was on the road team last night.
brutal.
that
I'm
hurts.
I'm 11-2 in hockey, by the way. 11-2 in hockey. So we're not going to talk shit about my hockey picks, but like you said, somebody said you got to play better defense. If you got a 3-goal lead, I don't care how many guys you got on the ice. You got to fucking stop them. I don't care how 5-minute major or whatever.
I'm torn on this one. I agree with you, but I also agree it's a call that can't be made. I mean, that was enough. 5-minute major for that.
I mean, that dude got fucked up, but it was kind of just a bizarre.
It was a
I mean,
cross
the
check.
way he
Just
like
happened.
and I mean, he like flies in the air.
It's a
from
cross
it
check.
somehow. There was
You should be able to review a 5-minute major. Where's my hockey guys? You should be able to go to the replay on a 5-minute major.
Well,
Can you get an
I mean,
amen?
I feel like even if they
Amen.
did though, with the way he was laid out, the
No.
blood on
Yeah, but the
ice.
impact happened after
Like,
he
yeah.
actually got checked.
Yeah, but
right.
if they watch that was such a horrible call, and there's no chance San Jose wins if they don't make that
No
call.
shot.
So it's one of those things. Yeah, you got to play defense, but you cannot look that didn't irreversibly change what happened in that
But
game.
no doubt, but the way that they just rattled off 4 in 5 minutes is fucking crazy.
4 and 5
The way
minutes is insane.
our
I
guy-
don't care if you got 2 guys on the ice. You got to be able to do something.
Our guy
That's
Couture put it in the first goal, and he like turned to the bench. And he was like, "That's one."
Yeah.
And that was awesome, even
Insane.
though they benefited from the goal.
It's so strange watching hockey at the Shark Tank. The colors make me just feel like I'm watching something very odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Russell Wilson, just
Just an observation.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
you.
You're a hockey guy. I'm sorry, I'm not a big hockey
You're
guy.
going to learn I distribute the basketball. Like
All right,
when
all right.
we're doing this, I like to get everybody
Lob an
involved.
alley-oop, you slam it down there.
I thought he was lobbing it to you, though.
Yeah, I'm not a hockey guy. I don't know.
Russell Wilson bought all his line. He's got how much is his new contract?
140 over 4.
140 over 4. He bought all his linemen, $12,000 worth of Amazon stock for a total, I think, of like 150 grand he spent, 156 grand. His rationale was they protect him. He wants to protect them. Typical Russell Wilson move.
such a Russell
And there's no human. Let me put this way. There's no environment in the world where anything is better than cash. What's better than cash?
Well,
How could you if you want it? Hey, here's 12.
You
Guess
can do
what?
whatever you
If
want
I
with it.
want the Amazon stock, I can go
buy it.
purchase the
Yeah.
Amazon stock.
I mean, I guess his
By the way,
whole point is
12,000
like-
Amazon stock's like dick.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I don't have any stock knowledge at all. 12,000 doesn't
dick.
seem like that much.
But shout out Twitter.
well,
it's,
I mean,
like
isn't the idea
1,000.
that like he was like, you protect me and my family, I'm gonna protect you and yours. Like it's a long-term investment. $12,000 of Amazon.
Just the starting
is
line
like
or what?
$1 jillion.
What?
Just the starting offensive line or the entire every offensive lineman on the
13
team?
linemen? Is that how I thought I read that with 13 times 12? Yeah, 13 linemen.
I feel like sometimes people give them like a car or something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, a car is a little more expensive than
But
$12,000.
car,
but it's like
car you can like enjoy. So that's like a different.
it's not the most enjoyable gift, but in the idea that
I
in the
would-
long
Would you
run,
rather
that's
have
worth
a
a lot
really
of
nice
money.
car or Amazon stock?
I would like to have some Amazon stock. I know it's like
Amazon
not like a
stock.
sexy move, but like
But I'd sell that shit so fast to pay for your losers that it would be, and then I could bet on your winners.
I'll take the 12,000 cash and I'll ride with
Nobody
the High
wants
Street. You know what I mean? I
stock.
got
You think
babe.
these fucking linemen want stock? Yeah, these little guys are so rich they'll forget they have it.
I don't know. Not all
I
these
still
guys.
have 10 grand. I gotta get that out of the fucking fantasy football.
He is buying gifts for other millionaires. Like these guys aren't hurting. $12,000 of stock isn't going to change somebody's portfolio.
No, it's not.
Maybe
Give
down
them
the
12
road.
grand. Give them 12 grand, big bills, and let them have
Amazon's
fun.
going to be the biggest company in the world forever, basically from now until forever.
Yeah, but
so
it's
that stock's gonna be worth a shit ton.
I
of money.
am the worst stock market guy
Davey Day Trader.
alive. But whenever somebody says Amazon is already the biggest company, they will continue to be, you're too late. You missed the wave. Sure. So it's like, yeah, it's just too late. I'd rather have it, and you know what I would rather him do? Like, he's got connections. I'm sure he does. Inside trade me. Give me like a penny stock. 12
about the
grand versus a
boom.
penny stock. Like, hey, my buddy who I saw at this highfalutin party that fat offensive linemen don't get invited to, but me and my fucking smoke wife amongst these trades are like, buy this. It's fucking gonna do that. I'd rather lose the 12, but have a chance to win $1 billion than fucking put me in fucking IBM. Get the fuck out of here. The NCAA versus Brock Hoffman. This is a K Marco exclusive. I've never seen so many emails from K Marco just be like, push the story out so we can bring down the NCAA. But so Brock Hoffman, lineman at Coastal Carolina, his mother had a tumor, a brain tumor, so he transferred. He went into the portal to be closer to home. Virginia Tech, 5 miles outside the portal radius for him. The NCAA will not give him the waiver to play because they're like, well, we think your mother's getting better. Apparently, I think they just made that assumption on their own. According to K Marco, who's my lone source on this story.
I mean, even if that was like true to an extent, if they knew that for a fact.
Nobody would know the name Brock Hoffman if they hadn't denied the waiver. So they just made this whole thing a big fucking deal when it didn't have to be.
Absolutely.
And they're giving guys like Justin Fields, I'm just using him as an example. He can play at Ohio State this year, no problem.
Right.
Tate Martell can play in Miami this year. And this guy, who we would not know unless they fucked up, they have made a huge story out of it.
They have. And
Or I
they
guess Kate
always-
Marco's made a huge
And
story.
They
all
always seem
like
to,
all
too.
their idea being like, what if someone else comes along, wants to transfer outside the portal? Like what? Like we're gonna get more of those like requests. Like,
Huge rash of
fucking
brain tumors
cares?
forcing guys elsewhere.
They are absolutely idiots, always are.
Worst PR in the world.
This will change, by the way. This is a story that will get the
think? I feel like the
public
NCAA
court of public opinion will get them to change, I believe. So People Magazine named Jennifer Garner most beautiful person. I'll start with you, Brandon, because when I said this pre-show, you had an instant reaction.
I did. Is there a different Jennifer? Is Jennifer Garner, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the ex of Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, yeah.
Correct.
The one that kind of looks like a horse. I don't feel like she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Garner.
Yeah.
You think Garner looks like a horse?
She's not. I don't.
I know what he's
As,
referring to.
as celebrities go, I don't feel like she's all that attractive.
That's a fastball. I like it.
Coming right down the pipe.
I
I
have-
know what he's referring to. Yes.
That she looks like a horse?
Yeah. I mean,
She has a very long face.
kind of
long
a
in the
wide,
face,
you know,
horse.
big mouth. I mean, I definitely think she's not the.
Jennifer Garner is smoking hot. I thought
Right.
we're gonna. She's on. She's in the twilight of her career. Is there
Yeah.
categories for that? Because you can't.
Well, they
How
also,
old
when
is
they
Jennifer
do
Garner?
this-
You want her in the
probably
old timers game or something?
Well,
40,
correct. Yeah.
you know.
She's
Listen.
46.
Okay. There's
47.
you can't be
You're not-
46
you're not-
and the most beautiful
46.
person in the world. You just
But
can't.
you know, their definition of beautiful is.
Well, that's what is
silly.
the definition. Because it used to. I feel like they used to put somebody. You'd be like, yep. I never. When they put someone on, I was never like, oh, how'd they get her? This is.
They get weird with the guys sometimes. When Blake Shelton won it, that was weird.
I think Blake Shelton's hot. I've always.
Yeah,
said
but
that.
again, like he's not the hottest guy in the world.
I could see that.
Well, I could not. But I think that their definition is more like she's a great mom and she's a wonderful actress.
Well,
and
then,
humanitarian and she's
best,
beautiful.
then put the best person. Oh, it looked like deep thought here.
I don't think this is bothering you guys enough. She's not the most beautiful woman in
Well,
the world.
no.
This is really pissing me off.
Well, I have a fundamental. I think you don't think she was ever in contention.
She was never.
No, I mean,
she was
that-
never the hottest girl in Hollywood.
28-year-old Jennifer Garner
There
was
was a
something,
time
but-
where Jennifer
she's
Garner was
doing
your
these
number
shitty credit
one.
card
I
commercials.
wanted time out. I wanted
That's crazy talk.
No, I wanted to put her as my number one, but you could Daredevil. Watch it.
No,
Thank you.
no, not even close to number
yeah,
one.
you could certainly argue for her one.
No shot.
Yes,
No shot.
You could.
Like she has
In
been
her
alive.
prime,
basically
she
like
could fucking drop you in a heartbeat.
Jessica Alba has been alive the entire time she's been alive, hotter than her every single year forever.
No, well, Jessica Alba's for sure hot, but it's
Like number one every time.
It's not sexy. It's just most beautiful. Like Alba. I could see the artsy community being like, "Hey, we want her for this magazine campaign over Alba." Like Alba just makes you want to fuck instantly. She's like, "Oh, put her in a museum."
I don't know the limits. This is my first day. I don't know why I'm sitting in this chair.
Let it rip, man. There are no limits.
This is probably the angriest I've ever been in my fucking life. Jennifer Garner.
I just think
Jennifer fucking Garner.
She's just old.
Yeah,
I
she's old. You
disagree
can't
with
be
you.
the most beautiful woman.
Well, you don't think she's pretty. That's the difference.
She's pretty.
This
sure.
is very much.
I mean, look at me. I look like a foot. I understand that.
Very, and they're like
they do have the
similar.
same. Yeah, they have the same mouth and the same face. where it's hit
Garner's
or miss.
prettier than Hillary Swank.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. But they are similar. In a
I
way.
think
you
if this
know.
was the 40+ category,
But
I'd have
also,
no problem with this.
also the fact that we're even like kind of having these debates like is
Works for her.
no. I think like we're debating about if she's got a weird mouth and she's like Hillary Swank, who's
Well,
being
she's
debated
46. I'm just going on age. If she's young, I'd have no problem with it. And that's not, well, I guess, what are you mumbling about? I agree with you. Well, not
on. Not
anymore.
really.
When was she? She's 46.
Well, I'm not on the cover of People magazine.
That's true.
Yet.
Sorry, I mean, I think it's a wild thing to say that she can't be beautiful because she's
No.
46.
You can be beautiful. I was like, oh, she's but the most beautiful person in the world.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
but
you're
I agree with
competing-
Kevin Smith
That's
that
like
they
that's
pick
like an
weird
athlete.
people.
It's like when
This
you're
is all
46.
bullshit.
It's tough to compete
100%
versus like
bullshit.
21-year-olds.
We're
fair.
just lowering our
I'll give you
standards.
that.
Is what we're doing.
I just think it's an age thing, and that's not her. Everyone
I
gets
think
old.
it's a
feel like
a
people-
I get old.
superficial looks thing, and I just don't think she's as good looking as other girls.
I thought Ellie and I were going to be on the same page. I think when she's like 20 to 35, she easily can win that title. It's just she moved along.
I think People Magazine is only read these days by 70-year-old women in barbershops and beauty shops.
I feel like is People Magazine like your neck of the woods? Would like old
Do
ladies
you think
off
they
like?
make it in Mississippi? What are you saying?
No, I'm saying like magazine racks.
No, I don't.
Are there magazine racks in Mississippi?
There are magazine racks in Mississippi.
Like that seems like
No,
where
I think
magazines would still
People
be.
Magazine is
like maybe no internet.
People Magazine's kind of like a gossipy magazine, right? Yeah. So I feel like young, olds, all kind of
All right,
read
well,
it.
I'm gonna go on the record. I think she's beautiful. I just think she's older.
I think she's one of the top 25,000 most beautiful women in the world.
Yeah, I'd give her 25,000. Yeah. She's very pretty, but we're not talking about number.
That's probably still a pretty fucking huge honor, actually.
Yeah, that's
It's like meant as an insult, but
We're
it's actually an
splitting
honor.
hairs because yes, she's she's way attractive, more attractive than 99% of the world, but not the top of the top.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
That was a hell of a debate. Post show, anything?
Putt Punk killed it with T-Pain. A little surprise performance by T-Pain.
I screwed up another Bruins player in the locker room. People think I did on purpose. I did not.
What did you do?
Sean, question for you. It looked like the Leafs were kind of taking the game to you guys for a little bit, and then you sat back, it's like, listen, we got to get pucks in deep, we got to cycle the puck, we get pucks on net. Is that the thought process? Looked like it led to your goal.
We played the right way. We got pucks in, and we talked about that a lot later, getting into the right place where we can go get it back. And I feel like we've done that well the last two games. And when we play down there, we're not easy to play against. So I think that
You get those pucks in deep.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
The way they do the post game in the Bruins locker room is arguably the most confusing thing I've ever seen. They bring like 4 guys out, so they don't stand in front of their locker.
Right.
And there's no names on them.
You gotta know.
And like they're like, that's somebody said that's Curly, and he scored. So I was texting with Marina. I'm like, give me this guy's info, his everything. So I researched it, went up to him, same exact deja vu all over again from last year, where I called him the wrong name, and then I put up the wrong thing. It was tough to do that 2 years ago.
then when you
the
get the
Bruins are fucking with me now
Yeah.
because they're coming up and introducing themselves as the wrong names to me. So it's like, except I don't even know that they're fucking with me
you just run with it.
till other reporters like, he's joking with you. I'm like, well, oh. So the whole thing's a mumbo jumbo. If I don't know who they are going in, I almost have no chance.
So when you go up to the wrong guy, you have all your information for guy A.
Yeah.
And then you're talking to guy B. What do you do then? Do you just keep asking the same questions you have prepared
Well,
for guy
year
A?
1 this happened. I did the whole thing, and I thought I was talking to Jake DeBrusque, and I was talking to some guy, Heinen.
Jake, that goal, I mean, the skating on that.
I'm Dan. Jake's over there. Sorry, I'm in his stall.
That was so confusing. So you didn't score the goal.
No, you want me to talk about his goal?
Yeah, I thought skating played a key component of that.
Yeah, no, it was unbelievable. He can fly, and he took a big hit on the play, and it was fun to watch.
Do you guys always stand in other people's stalls to confuse
I mean,
people?
yeah, sometimes.
All right.
I mean, why wouldn't you stand in his stall, right?
I mean, I just saw it. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had a big goal, so nice. All right.
And at the end, he's like, I'm not Jake DeBrusque, right?
So did he answer questions?
Yeah,
as
he
if was
answered me.
Jake?
He
Like-
thought I was joking. They know who I am. They think I'm like
Yeah.
joking. And then I'm like, well, why are you standing in Jake DeBrusque's locker? That's on you. And I was like, dead serious. Like, how would I know that's not you? You're in his locker. And then Jake DeBrusque walked through. He's like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Heinen. The guy said, and then someone else like, that's Jake DeBrusque. And then I didn't know what was going on. And then they brought the other guy out. The whole thing's fucking.
Are there beat writers who just fucking hate this?
No,
Or they're all playing along, kind of. They're all cool with
they
it.
seem to kind of be.
Because usually hockey is like the most uptight,
Yeah.
like respect our sport.
Yeah, no. If they didn't like me, they didn't say it to my face.
Yeah, maybe Boston, like the Bruins in Boston is different because
Yeah.
of Barstool, but
Yeah. So, but it was a good win and a lot of playoff action coming up for us. A lot of
you
it.
got picks or what?
I got a pick tonight in Game 7 in Canes and Caps. Should I give it away right now?
Yeah, might as well.
Canes.
Okay.
Canes plus 140. I'm taking the value.
I've been saying Canes in 7 all along.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be on. The public is heavy on the Caps because they won it last year because they're at home. Canes have been a better team.
What kind of
They looked so bad though last time they're on the road that I actually bet them that game, the 6-0 game. I mean, they look like they're in mud.
I didn't tell you to bet that one though.
What
Well,
kind of,
I
what kind
literally
of
had
streak
to
does he
stop.
need to go on for you to like be back on him?
You got to win
'Cause 20 what were you-
500 straight. Like, and the crazy thing is, like,
not
you know,
joking.
when you make those I'm being honest. I'm down 500 units.
Wait, hold on. Time out.
Holy
so,
shit, dude.
So I went 0-3 our first day, okay? You had literally hired me like 11 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, can I have some time to research it? No, we got to go today. You got to do the show today.
Wow.
You put me on the spot.
No.
You did. You put me on the
you're,
spot.
You're changing your
I'm not
tune.
changing shit.
You are changing. You wanted to do the show, but not as Barstool. You're doing the show.
No.
You're doing your research.
Yeah, you already had your
He
picks.
knows
Yeah.
he just he was doing
Yeah, there was
the
no
show
way you were
either way.
unprepared for
He's
your
like,
show.
I just need one more day to close this out. I'm like, no, we gotta go now because the timing's right. The show is happening either way.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, that's the rundown.